Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 3 of the Best of 3 South Division play-in series between the Oklahoma Warriors and the El Paso RHINOS. I'm David Ash. Thanks for joining us. It's not Game 7, but it might as well be. It's Game 3 winner-take-all here in the first round of the Robertson Cup playoffs for the South Division. Someone is moving on, whether it would be Oklahoma to take on the 1-seed Lone Star Brahmas, or it's the El Paso RHINOS, who will have a rivalry visit to the New Mexico Ice Wolves. All of that to be determined in the next 11 minutes. Thanks for joining us here inside the El Paso County Event Center. It is the third straight game in 3 days, an afternoon game start here, which is certainly affecting the crowd in El Paso already. It is a pretty empty barn comparative to last night's sellout crowd. So that should help Oklahoma on the trying to defeat the El Paso home ice situation going on here. But nonetheless, Oklahoma, they've got some things that they need to figure out. One of those is staying out of the box against this El Paso team. And for many of you that are back in Oklahoma or watch the NBA, here's a good comparison that has really kind of struck in my head a little bit. I am a Dallas Mavericks fan at heart, but in that way, we share something in common to those of you that love the Oklahoma City Thunder. I had Luka Doncic for a while. You guys have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What do both of them do very, very often? They draw penalties. They do an excellent job of convincing the officials that they were infracted upon in order to get free throws in that case and to get penalties and power plays. The El Paso RHINOS, in my head, and many of you probably will agree with this, is a wild, I know a wild symbolism, but El Paso, that is who they are, and that is, it's evidenced by their 6 power play goals this series, 9 opportunities in these last few games for the RHINOS. So they have been very, very good on the power play, but just like Luka and Shai, man, when they do get those opportunities, they bury them, and they make those free throws. They make it count on the power play. And Oklahoma, they've got to find a way tonight to stop them, to stop those opportunities. It may be hard because the officials that sometimes it's hard to call, and I feel for the officiating crew here this weekend that have been able to see a lot of what's been going on, and they've been good at times. Others, that's been it's difficult because they do a great job, the RHINOS do, of selling penalties. But Oklahoma, their one key tonight, stay out of the box anyway, anyhow, and you're going to find, I think, a lot of success. As I mentioned, the RHINOS in the last 2 games, 6 power play goals, 4 last night. They were 4 for 5 last night. I said there was 9 opportunities. There was 11 opportunities in 2 games for the RHINOS, so apologies on that misfact there, but I clarified it. However, they're 6 for 11 on the power play in the last 2 games. That has to cease here tonight, and Oklahoma, to have success, stay out of the box. Otherwise, Oklahoma, for the most part, has dominated 5-on-5 or even strength between these 2 teams. It's been fun to watch, especially night 1 here in this series. Oklahoma really took it to the RHINOS 5-on-5, got past the RHINOS defense on multiple occasions. Jackson Hone able to bury one, and then the Warriors got net front presence all the time and were able to sneak a few past Medelski to give themselves the lead in the eventual Game 1 win. Game 2 last night, it was the power play that just was struggling for Oklahoma, but on the other end, it was the RHINOS. They capitalized on their power play opportunities. Oklahoma was 0 for 4 on it last night. Actually, 0 for 5 on the power play last night. RHINOS, as I mentioned, they were 4 for 5. So that's kind of my real key, is because Oklahoma's been better 5-on-5 against the RHINOS this season and this series. It's just been the special teams that have hurt the Warriors. So my key to the game tonight for Oklahoma, stay out of the box. And I know many of you back at home can agree to that sentiment. No changes tonight in the lineup for Oklahoma. They are rolling with the same lineup as the last 2 games. El Paso, after changing some things up last night, they keep the same lineup as well. We'll read that off in a couple of minutes. We'll take a quick break, and we will Yeah, we'll get set for puck drop. I don't think I was gonna go off on anything else that I I felt necessary. Game 3 here in the South Division play-in series coming up in about 7 minutes. Back in a couple with lineups and more. Six minutes is what reads on the clock here in our pregame. We are going to go. I want to play this clip. This is pregame just a moment ago. Coach Berge talking to his team before tonight's game. Here it is. Take a listen. Hopefully the music outside or in the rink doesn't distract from it. But here is Coach Berge talking to his guys pregame. There you go, Coach Berge, trying to keep this family together for a little bit longer. It is win or go home for Oklahoma here tonight against the El Paso RHINOS. By the way, on top of that inspiring speech from Coach Berge to his guys, the equipment manager for the Warriors, Ben Barber, nicknamed Ben Buckets, probably gave one of the best pregame speeches I've heard in a long, long time. It was a absolutely riled up locker room for Oklahoma just a couple minutes ago. So the boys are ready. If you're wondering about how they're feeling or however they're doing, they are ready to go, and hopefully we see that out on the ice here tonight. One other statistic that I feel is important to note here this afternoon. Oklahoma had kind of a brutal schedule towards the end of the season with the makeup games and then also the 3-game, 2-game in Amarillo, 1 in Odessa, that weird 3-game series a couple weeks ago. So Oklahoma has been tested on the road. They have been tested in 3-game stretches as of recent. So this 3-game series is really nothing new to them in the 3-game set, talking about just how tired the bodies are, how rested and whatever. The hotel here in El Paso, horrible. But that's a whole nother discussion we can get to. But otherwise, rest-wise for Oklahoma, they're used to playing 3 games. The last time El Paso has played a 3-game series, you have to go all the way back to the beginning of February 6th, 7th, and 8th. Was the last time they played 3 games, and it was in Odessa. So the RHINOS, they have not played a big, long series as Oklahoma has in the last few weeks. So Oklahoma, I would also give them the advantage there in the rest and conditioning department too, simply because of just the amount of games that they've played as of recent. El Paso also had several weeks off, while Oklahoma had to play the rest of the season out with games every week. So just another statistic for you. We'll see if that kind of it shows itself on the ice here tonight. Let's talk lineups before El Paso heads out of the tunnel. Oklahoma about to take the ice themselves. The RHINOS, they don't change anything from last night. Top line is Wolcott, Costomo, and Tunka. Laviolette, Giblin, and Kaiser on line 2. Monson, Solano, and Bergner on line 3. And then Murray, Turner, and Mikowski line 4. The defense for El Paso, Tommy Shore and Simon Neely, Alexander Stephen, Alexi Gregoire, Jackson Porco, and Diego Hada. The extra skater and extra defenseman, once again, Vincent Gaudette, and Michael Medelski makes his first 3-game-in-a-row appearance here tonight to try and seal the deal for the RHINOS in between the pipes. He was excellent last night as Oklahoma takes the ice here in Game 3 on the road. over to the Warriors. Same lineup as the last two nights. It is Trace Day, Mason Wright, and Jakob Galnor. Alexander Duhan, Dominic Kish, and Jackson Hone. Ben Osiashvili, AJ Owinski, and Easton Rooney. And then line 4 is Keaton Martin, Joey DeRosa, and Mac Blue. The defense, Denny O, Bronson Sable, Jakob Harvanek, Trent Burleson, Matthias Christensen, and Nolan Davis. And Cam Ross, the extra skater and extra defenseman for the Warriors. Billy Stuskey, in appearance number 101. He was on the team 2 seasons ago when Oklahoma won the first game in El Paso in the playoffs. It was another play-in series just like this one. They won the first one 6-4, then dropped the second one in a heartbreaker in OT, and then dropped game 3 2-0 to end up losing that series to El Paso. Billy was a part of that team a couple seasons ago. He is on a mission here tonight, destined and hoping to will his team to a victory here tonight and right the wrongs from a couple years ago. Rhinos Hype video is playing. Their lineup about to be announced. We'll take a break. PA announcer to take it away. National anthem is next. Game 3. Warriors, Rhinos, winner advances to the semifinals is next right here on NATV. Welcome to Game 3. Winner take all and a chance to advance to the semifinals in the South Division. Warriors, RHINOS, Game 3. David Ash with you here on the call. Starters tonight for Oklahoma. Different lines for Coach Berge. It is the second line, Alexander Duhan, Dominic Kish, Jackson Hone, who will start at forward for Oklahoma. On the back end, Jakob Harvanek, Trent Burleson, and Billy Dalabil Stusky. For El Paso, it is Wolcott, Costomo, and Hunka, Shore and Neely, and Medelsky in net for the RHINOS. The winner advances. The Warriors will either play the Brahmas or the RHINOS have a matchup with the Ice Wolves. Here we go. We're underway from El Paso, and Oklahoma wins the draw. Harvanek into the corner. Dominic Kish quickly after it. And El Paso up the wall. Hunka trying to get it around Harvanek. Harvanek keeps it in. And El Paso will shove it around the other way. Kish, good hit. Hone, a good hit. Blue line, Burleson chips it in front. Nobody there. Now in the slot, knocked around in the skates of Duhan, and out of the zone it goes. Past Harvanek. Burleson will race to track it down. Trent Burleson looks up ahead for Jackson Hone. And Jackson at center will backhand it in on net of Medelsky, who will hold it for our first whistle of the game with 19:20 to go here in the first. If you're just joining us, same lineup as yesterday for Oklahoma, same lineup as yesterday for El Paso. Trace Day, first shift for him. Galnor's behind him. Mason Wright just across. Face-off is won by El Paso. They'll swing it around. Davis going to try and keep it in, and does. Davis to right, and then Galnor. Galnor looking, will hold at the hash marks, poked away, and then got it back, was taken down, and we play on. Loose puck at center, poked away by Christensen, and then sent in by El Paso. Their first entrance in the O-Zone here today. Warriors loose puck. Galnor's got it. Had Christensen as an outlet, instead works it up, but turned it over. Here is Laviolette. A shot that was blocked, and it goes wide. Mason Wright went tumbling down. Christensen, around one man, crosses over center. Matthias Christensen, newly acquired by Oklahoma from Bismarck earlier this season. Christensen will let it go. A.J. Owinski battling for it by himself, and it's fed out to Oklahoma's Trace Day. Denny O right at center will wrap it around, and Oklahoma will change their unit. El Paso behind their own net, now right circle. They work it up, and it comes out of the zone. This could be icing on El Paso, and it will be as Bronson Sable outraces the puck. O-Zone draw here for Oklahoma, who are in their gray jerseys, gray socks tonight. El Paso back in their black jerseys, black shorts, black socks with the neon orange highlighter stripes. Face-off is taken out by El Paso. Bergner flips it in right on Denny O. O.C. Ashley digging in there as well for Oklahoma. And it will come out to O.C. Up for Easton Rooney, and then out, turned over. Good hit, though, by Rooney as he put a Rhino on his seat. Stusky will leave it for Sable. And back to O.C. Ashley, who has options right and left. They go to Sable. And Bronson going to get past one line of defense. Now past the second. Bronson, Sable all the way in. Sable right circle, still with it. Centers one, not there was Martin. Keaton trying to balance a bouncing puck. It's loose in the slot. Sable can put a shot on. Comes out DeRosa. DeRosa turns in the right circle. Centered pass. Medelsky cleared it away. Martin almost had an angle on that one to put it on net. Cam Ross with it, bodied, and sends it out of the zone. Ross took a hit, but will take the clearance instead. Trent Burleson to Keaton Martin. Scored last night, Keaton did. The one goal for Oklahoma. Dominic Kish right at center and leaves it for Burleson just behind him, so he has to go back to collect it. Now we'll put it into the corner. Off goes Jackson Hone for Oklahoma along with Duhan. Into the corner, it is pinned at the half wall, works out blue line. Burleson to Kish, turned around, put a shot, and Medelski will turn and cover as it nears the cage on his right side. 16:44 to go here in the first. It's another angle for Oklahoma tonight. The physicality, you can wear this El Paso team down. If you win the physical battle, El Paso a clearance. All the way down, and it will be iced by the RHINOS. Another ozone draw coming here for Oklahoma. That might be the key to the game, to be honest, as well. Stay out of the box, but our other key is just wear the RHINOS down. As I mentioned just before, the lineups. El Paso hasn't played a 3-game series in quite some time, compared to Oklahoma, who played almost recently as Odessa. Here's Davis all the way through. Medelski gloves it. Wear him down not only with your speed, but your physicality. And I think Oklahoma would have a lot of success this evening. Another ozone draw for Oklahoma. Jackson Hone waits right behind Dominic Kish. Face off. This one El Paso gets to first. They'll send it around and got past Christensen. This will be another icing on the RHINOS. And we have had 3 straight stoppages. 2 have been icings. Right circle draw once again. Mason Wright will take this one. And again, El Paso wins it. This is Steven. Steven peels through a couple of Warriors, then Oklahoma took it away. And then taken again by the RHINOS. They will send and change. Plenty of time here for Bronson Sable. Up the wall to Denio, and then to a streaking Mason Wright on the near side. Mason will backhand it in, and Oklahoma will attack. Galnor almost stripped it away. Laviolette holds, turns around at the hash marks. On comes Oklahoma and took it away, but it finds Kaiser. Kaiser split the defense. Galnor took it away again and then found Mason Wright. Here's Trace Day. Trace enters looking in front to Mason. It was tipped, deflected, and hopped out of the zone. Trace Day picks it back up and will backhand it back in. Oklahoma will change their lines again. Owinski onto the ice for Oklahoma. Dago Hoda gains the zone and puts it into the corner for Jakub Harvanek. Harvanek up the wall, sent to Rhino sliding into the boards. And the puck pinned up on the end wall. Warriors work it to the right side of Stuskey's net. O.C. Asheville back for Burleson. And then over for Harvanek. Jakub with options. Goes up for O.C. Asheville, who tips it in. Easton Rooney trailing after it. And up the wall and over the hand of Trent Burleson. Harvanek racing to it first. Has it. And needs an option. Found Owinski. AJ up to O.C. Asheville. It's a 2-on-2. O.C. he tried to poke it ahead and gave it right back to El Paso. Here's Hughes. Hughes, high slot. Missed the net. And it comes out for Davis to pick it up. Davis, good hit. Took a Rhino down. And Oklahoma the other way. DeRosa. They just gave that as a shot on net, which it was not. So we'll look. Ooh, Mac Blue hit hard and a whistle as it goes out of play. And then another hit after the whistle on Mac Blue. Warriors take an exception. And I don't think any sort of call coming from that. Warriors asking for something. And no call from the referee crew. Warriors want to change some of their units because they've got 2 different lines out there right now, but officials don't allow them. Camden Kaiser thinking he knows better than the officiating crew, but he does not. And so Oklahoma, much to the liking of Coach Berge to change when given the chance. They get that chance now as Stuskey stops it just to the side of his cage, wraps it around. It is right to Mikowski, centers a pass, hopped over everyone in Oklahoma, up to Mason Wright. He didn't see the puck. Thrown back on Stuskey, who gloves and gets rid of it over to Christensen. And up the wall to Galmore. Jakob lost it. Davis physical, shoves a Rhino along the glass. And Galmore tried to shove it as well. Finally, it worked out for Galmore and Day, and then a shot from El Paso goes up high off the wall. Mason Wright taken down. Oklahoma, Trace Day, little assist from Sabatino, the linesman. And Mikowski puts it into the corner. Back to Davis. And out to Trace Day. Day with Galmore. Day making Steven look silly. Trace Day into the right circle. Held away from it. Galmore a swing and a miss. Then got it back. Galmore trying to work it up to Day. And to the blue line, Denny O. Denny looking, fires. That one blocked. And out of the zone it goes. Denny cycling back. Oh, man, almost gave it up. Now the Warriors do give it up to Kaiser. And left side, are they on? Oh, they are. Looked close again. Kaiser behind the net. Tried to center one. Good hit from Dominic Kish. RHINOS looking. Had a couple of people net front, and Oklahoma matches up and takes it out. Dominic Kish to center by himself. Goes off the wall to Jackson Hone. Left side, Hone. Hone skating in, wrapping behind the net. Hone to Kish. Kish turned around. That one missed the net as it went, was blocked. Behind the net, the puck goes. Kish, another good hit. Ross jumps in, shoves it aside to Kish. Kish, right circle, found Duhan, hopped over his stick. Hone walks the blue line and then pushes it down low for Duhan again. Oklahoma trying to provide some pressure here on the forecheck, and they do. They get a loose puck. Hone down low on the red line. Hone walking, drops it off Duhan. Duhan skating in as Owinski. They find him. Owinski left side. Now behind the net, Owinski still with it. Make it El Paso a little bit slow here. Cam Ross to Burleson. Burleson, that one blocked and tipped the other way. Rhino Neely does not have a stick right now. And so Oklahoma, if they can get it back to the blue line, try and provide some pressure. They do. This is Hone. Lot of zone time for Oklahoma. Duhan, cross ice, nobody home. Back to Ross on the blue line. He'll put that one on net. That one missed wide. And then Burleson on the blue line chips it up and out of play. Good pressure there from Oklahoma. That's what I'm talking about, folks, with El Paso maybe being a little bit more tired than they usually would be with this three-game series. That was good pressure from Oklahoma. We're in our first media timeout. We'll take a break. 0-0 score through the first 6 minutes of the game. Back in a couple right here on NATV. Owinski will take the draw. Owinski the draw for Oklahoma. AJ couldn't win it. Goes back, a shot save made. Owinski in the slot, couldn't put it on net. Oh my, what a pad save from Medelski. Warriors peel a Rhino away. And Owinski without a glove. Lifts it up to the point and taken out by Rooney. Good play from Easton Rooney, and now here he comes right side. Porco lifts it up to center. Wolcott knocked it down. 3-on-3 the Rhinos. Hunka over to the left side. They got loose with room. Hunka cross ice. They had it back door but couldn't connect. Oh, the Warriors get away with one right there. O.C. Asheville has that one sent aside. O.C. digging for it and then works it out to Matthias Christensen. Let's not allow a 2-on-1 like that with those two anymore here tonight, please. DeRosa, nice find to Keaton Martin with room. Keaton will enter, high slot. Keaton still with it, right circle, as it knocked away and then couldn't send it down the ice. Warriors digging for it to the blue line. They keep it in. Denny O. Denny around a man. Denny at the point now. Still with it. And over to Ross, and they lost it. And Ross, physical, no penalty. Good no call right there is Bergner doing his best swan dive impression. Keaton Martin at center. Martin enters. Martin around another. Now stops, had it poked aside. He had a lane if it didn't get popped. Here is Bergner. Didn't like my swan dive. Coming, and he gets absolutely smashed. Denio with it now. Back over to Cam Ross. That's the physicality aspect that you love to see from Oklahoma. 10:30 to go here in the first. Cam Ross looking up, found Trace Day. Day gonna go one-on-one here. Right side, Day now walks in. Trace Day in the slot. Save made. Medelski with the full split right pad. Oh man, a great opportunity. Trace Day making the Rhino defense look silly. Oh, just walking right in and almost able to put it past Medelski. Just keep out racing him, wear him down. Trace Day, the face-off draw for Oklahoma. And it is dropped. Rhinos hold. They lift it up off the glass. Harvanek knocks it down at center. And they're going to call a hand pass on Oklahoma. We'll stop play and bring a face-off outside the blue line. Wasn't an intentional hand pass there. But with a Rhino bearing down on Harvanek, Oklahoma just decided to touch it and get rid of it. The throat's a little fuzzy today. I apologize, folks. Great day for it with being game 3. But thanks for bearing with me. Medelski, oh man, he turned it over. Here's Hone in front. Day didn't get there in time. Kaiser back in his own zone, the captain for the Rhinos. Shoves it across. And El Paso, they didn't touch that. That should be icing unless Kaiser beats it out. Oh, they did. Rhinos, no icing. And Burleson along the wall, Mason right. Mason with 2 Rhinos on top of him. Has to push it aside to Trace Day. Took a hit from Kaiser. Did it come out of the zone? No, not yet. And Mason Wright shoves Kaiser into the Warrior bench. Kaiser still shoving the Warriors, but a good hit from Mason Wright. Trace out to center. Jackson Hone had it stripped away. Here comes the Rhinos and taken away by Hone. And given right back. Here is Murray, shot up high. Billy Stusky, a great save on the right side. And now pushing and shoving from both teams. Mason Wright letting Camden Kaiser introduce himself to the Warriors bench right there. Dominic Kish, the face-off draw. It comes back for El Paso, high slot. They'll throw it in front, they score. Billy didn't see it. 1-0 Rhinos on a shot that you just never would expect to go in. How unfortunate. Oklahoma's been dominating the entire game so far. Take a look and see how it happens. Oh yeah, just 3 people in front of Billy, no chance. Rhinos strike first here in game 3. Third straight game that the Rhinos have scored first. Face-off comes back for El Paso. As they tip it in, Owinski, a chop up to Easton Rooney. And then taken down Warriors want a call, none such coming. 8:45 to go here in the first period. Sable up the wall and out of the zone. Rhinos have to touch up, and they do. Sable to Rooney. And then back to Sable. Osiashvili will tip it in, no icing. As it hit off Osiashvili's stick. Osi, good hit. Joey DeRosa coming in to take the puck away. He is met by Simon Neely. And a stalemate with the puck in the corner. Both teams digging for it. 8:05 to go here in the first. 3 Rhinos now join, with 3 Warriors in the mix as well. No life yet from the puck. And finally it comes out and over the head of Trent Burleson. Trent, turned it over. Shot score. 2-0 Rhinos off a terrible turnover. Well, obviously, I don't need to say that that's not the start Oklahoma was wanting for. Even though I just did say it. All right, time to turn the offense up for Oklahoma. Here we go. Down 2. Into the zone, El Paso quickly. Kaiser against Christensen. And over to Davis. Galnorn. And then Mason Wright and Trace Day. Mason with speed goes over to Day. Day holds, he'll fire, it's blocked. Into the corner, Galnor. Galnor picks it up. Galnor behind the net, looking for Wright. Centering pass, that one blocked. Galnor got it back and then lost it. Oh, the Warriors had numbers there. They turn it over, the Rhinos do. Mason Wright, 3-on-2. Wright to Day. Day in the skates of Wright, didn't see it. And El Paso will hold for the moment. Up and down it goes. Davis. Got rid of it. And Trace Day took it away. Trace, right side, has it swatted away. Medelski flying out of his crease, lifts it up the wall. And over Dominic Kish's stick. Back to Sable. Denny O. And then Denny into Trace with room right side, and he lost it. Oh my goodness, he had an open lane. Jackson Hone behind the net of Billy Stusky. And Hone for Dominic Kish. They go back over to Duhon. Warriors down a pair in a flash. One off a shot from the blue line, and the other, as Hone tries to beat out the icing, he did not do it. One off a shot from the blue line, and then the other off of a turnover. 6:19 to go in the first, lots of time to go. Again, Oklahoma, I think they're going to find success against Medelski. It's going up high with it. Medelski very good on shots down low as they get another one into the chest of Billy Stusky. That time Bill comes up with a really nice save. And we will go to our second media timeout here in the period. 2-0 Rhinos back in a couple right here on NATV. Face off, Rhinos have it in the slot, looking for an angle. They go out to Neely on the right circle. Neely all the way through, kicked away, Billy Stusky. Kept in the blue line. Short to the right side, Woolcott, who will rip it around. Tonka picks it up, try to drop it off behind the net. Rhinos get it, near angle, thought about a shot. Cosimo now puts it in front, Stusky saved it, and it's loose. Dug out by Dominic Kish in the slot. The Warriors can breathe for a moment. Out wide to Harvanek. And again, Oklahoma struggling to hold the puck at center. Now with Hone. In for Kish. Trying to take it away. Couldn't do it quite yet, and here comes El Paso out to center. Into the corner it goes, in front of Stusky, and he comes up with a big stop. Good grief. The opportunities that should not arise are happening now for El Paso. Ozone draw for the Rhinos. And El Paso win today. They will take on New Mexico. A Warrior comeback here today. And Oklahoma takes on Lone Star. Rhinos looking, they've got a cutting man to the net, couldn't connect with it. And out to center. 5.5 to go here. Uh-oh, turned over. Easton Rooney jumps on the puck. Easton across to DeRosa, who didn't see it at first. And then in for Rooney. Tried to leave it for O.C. Ashley. And the puck chopped up to the blue line. Ross comes in. Backhand, O.C. Ashley, and a backhand across. El Paso right in front to knock it away. Rooney, good hit in the skates of Rooney. And El Paso working it up. Oh, no way! They're going to call a penalty on Oklahoma for a swan dive. He just toe picked. Penalty on Easton Rooney. Power play for the Rhinos. This is a must kill for Oklahoma. And the Rhinos start out with it. Hunka across the Shore. Shore brings it back. This would be a golden opportunity for a shorthanded goal if Oklahoma can muster it. El Paso. Costamo. Down low, back to Hunka. Woolcott, Hunka, give and go on the blue line. Hunka now cuts in. Hunka right circle, cross ice, Kaisers, they score. Too easy, 3-0. I guess I'll take it back more than a toe pick for a trip, but still, it was quite the dive. 3-0 Rhinos. Look at that, me taking back my comment about a ref. Couldn't believe it. 4:30 to go, 3-0 El Paso. Oklahoma at center. They have to find an answer shortly. Duhan can't enter. Oklahoma offsides for the moment. And it pinballs out loose to center. Out to the right side, Jackson Hone. Hone will let it go. Medelski bobbled it, right circle. Up the wall, and nobody there for Oklahoma again. Sable just out-muscled. And he'll rip it up the wall. And out to center. Oklahoma careful about the too many. They come up to Duhan at center. He'll peel it back. Duhan works it in by himself. Chipped across Owinski. Owinski in front, saved Medelski. Rhinos across the other way. Burleson tried to drag it, couldn't do it. And out to center it goes from Denio. Owinski from distance, gloved Medelski, and he will hold on. Owinski, the ozone draw for Oklahoma. This will either be a legendary comeback for Oklahoma as they have it in the zone. Warriors trying to dig at it, and finally grabbed by Bergner of El Paso. Up the wall, Burleson, a bouncer. And Owinski puts it in. This will be a legendary comeback from Oklahoma, or just the power play issues, or the special teams issues, I should say, would be one to come back to haunt the Warriors this series. But long way to go. Just a big hole here for Oklahoma to fill. 3-on-2, the Warriors, now 3-on-3. Burleson over to O.C. Ashley on the right wing side. He'll put one on to the left of Medelski. And lifted up. Mac Blue came in, took it away in the slot. Blue in front, tipped, save, Medelski backdoor. Unbelievable. Didn't even see it, just motioned to his right and got a pad on it. That was a nice play there from Oklahoma. DeRosa by himself. Taken away, and then Martin's got it. Martin out wide, enters. Martin, his shot saved Medelski, and out of play it goes with 2.5 to go here in the first. Face off, Rhinos have it. Oklahoma trying to work it out of reach, and it goes out of play. Face off, Warriors win it. Trace Day bobbling it, now picked it. Up goes to Davis. In front tip, couldn't put it on net. Warriors racing to it. Stephen holding, no call. Christensen around the boards. Up to Davis, tried to let it go. They center a pass. Here's Galmore, right circle. Galmore had it stripped from behind. And El Paso, it's a 3-on-2. Kaiser, they enter, goes across, has their man, missed the net. And up the wall, Trace Day. Tried to get around Giblin, couldn't do it, and then got it back. Davis for Christensen. Minute 45 to go here in the first. Puck up for Porco. And down the ice, that should be icing. And it is on the Rhinos with a minute 34 to go. Largest comeback this season for the Warriors, by the way, is 3. Face-off, Dominic Kish. Oh, he won it cleanly, but O'Brien says, no, we're doing it again. This face-off, Oklahoma wins it back again, but they just beat out Bronson Sable. Denio knocks it down from center. And a whistle for a hand pass. Interesting. Back left referee called that hand pass, and he was the further referee from the play. Face-off coming outside of the blue line. Rhinos at center ice. Around to Hunka. And Sable to Kish. Back to Sable. And then Kish the loose puck. Hone, Duhan, and the Warriors work it out. Here they go with speed. Duhan enters at the point. Duhan, oh, he left it for Denio, who didn't or wasn't ready for it. Warriors just doing a little too much here. Wolcott shot, missed the net. And it goes out of play. Just doing too much. The simple passes, man, with the chances. No need to be fancy with the backhands and everything like that. Make sure you're all on the same page. And then go forward from there. Lots of work to do here in the second period coming up. Try and get out of this opening 20 minutes at a 3-0 game. Day against Kaiser. And it's won by Giblin and poked away by Mason Wright. Day off a skate. Oh, Gallner didn't see it. Allows an entry for El Paso. Burleson to Ross, and again over the stick of Gallner. The same problems Oklahoma was having last night, settling the puck with simple passes. Ross in the corner with 25 seconds to go. Burleson up the wall to right, and it does come out. No, it does. Yes, now it does. Kaiser around 15 ticks left. Burleson quickly to Gallner. And it works out to Mason Wright. 2-on-3. Wright throws a shot in front, missed the net. And lifted up and out by El Paso. That'll take us to the end of the first period. Camden Kaiser in the face of Jakob Gallner, telling him to come on. And unfortunately, he's got the right to do it. 3-0 Rhinos on top of Oklahoma after the first period. Lots of work to do for Oklahoma when we return for period number 2. Shots on goal, El Paso 10, Oklahoma 6. Back in a few for period number 2, right after this. Welcome back inside of the El Paso County Event Center. It is go time, to say the least, for Oklahoma, who find themselves down a trio of goals after the first 20 minutes. Again, we have seen the Warriors strike in plentiful outbursts over the course of this entire season. So plenty of time, but the time is now to start cutting into this deficit. David Ash with you on the call. And we're back underway. 3-0 El Paso. A power play goal, a goal off of a turnover, and then a shot from just inside the blue line that went through a mass of bodies, and Billy Stusky unfortunately did not see. Those are your 3 goals given up by Oklahoma. Warriors ice the puck to start things off here in this second. If they want any chance of coming back here tonight, they must get this next goal. Lifted down past the stick of Shore, and Jackson Hone will apply some pressure. Simon Neely to Woolcott, and out of the zone, Burleson swings it over to Harvanek. And Jakob off the boards and behind the net. Up the wall to Hunka, and it's a 2-on-1. Costomo, right side, Woolcott. Woolcott back to Costomo, and he went down flying and then went into the Warrior net. And Jakob Harvanek goes over to tell Hunka to get out of his goaltender's face. Six shots in that first period for Oklahoma. I do think it's a little bit more than that, but scorekeeper not very friendly to Oklahoma in that first frame. It is a face-off won by Oklahoma as we're back to action. Sable along the board for Trace Day. And in it goes for Jakob Galnor, who swiped it away. To Mason, right shot, oh my gosh, Medelski stopped it. And it slid under his pad, enough for his defenseman to grab it. Oh my goodness, Medelski wasn't gonna save that. Bronson Sable picks it up for Oklahoma, has it stripped away. Denio up the wall, and past Day, Galnor is offsides. And it will be a face-off in the O-zone here for El Paso. Face-off. Warriors have it around Davis. And Oklahoma can't clear, now they do. Osi, Owinski, and Rooney. They tried to go across the Rooney, and it was blocked. Christensen from distance got around to the blue line. Davis thrown in front. That one into the corner. Off goes Owinski. Throws Bergner into the glass, and El Paso potentially another 2-on-1. But Nolan Davis ends that opportunity. Here is Rooney. Found Osi Asheville. Ben Osi holds, fires. That one blocked and ends up behind the net. Medelski was going the wrong way. And the RHINOS just come in 1-on-2 and took it away. Wow. Monson. 2 power play goals this series. Rips it in as Oklahoma trying to take advantage of the change from El Paso. They're onside. Here's a sharp angle shot. Rebound. It comes out to El Paso. Good look there from Joey DeRosa. Tommy Shore all the way through and into the left corner. Cam Ross digging for it. Comes out to Burleson. Trent leaves it for Joey DeRosa. And then Mac Blue and then Burleson. As Oklahoma looks northward. Burleson Gains his own. Big bounce behind the net of Medelski. Mac Blue trying to get there first. Couldn't do it. Off the wall, Martin got a stick on it. It is loose. Martin and DeRosa try to tag team it. No, they can't hang on to it. And Steven comes up the near side. Steven, long distance shot on Stusky, who will hold on to it. So we're under 17 minutes to go here in period 2. Face off. Oklahoma's got it with Hone and Duhan building speed. Hone to Duhan. And Duhan drops it off with Hone. Hone at the hash marks, trying to work it to the blue line. Couldn't do it. Kish digging for it. And the bodies kind of separate. Duhan, a loose puck. Finally won by Kish. Kish looking. Backhand through the legs, and it's cleared down by El Paso. This will be an icing. Mason Wright, the face-off draw. Will win it back to Trace Day. Over to Christensen, hopped over. That has just been the trouble for Oklahoma. The simple passes they cannot corral. Mason Wright shoves his man down, took it away. What a play from Mason. See if the Warriors can capitalize. Mason hash marks to the blue line, Davis. Over to Christensen. He'll work it down low. Christensen on the red line, now in front. Christensen, point blank, tried to put it on net and couldn't. El Paso off the glass, weird bounce. Day hopped over his stick, got it back right circle. Day in the slot, he'll fire. That one blocked to Medelski way out of his crease to cover it up. Just the Warriors cannot get a shot off cleanly. $15.50 to go here. Mason Wright, another face-off draw. Will win it back. The Rhinos, Kaiser goes diving to send it to where a teammate can grab it, and El Paso comes out with it. Laviolette. No icing. Up and kept in by El Paso. Right back to Harvinek. And Harvey trying to dig at it with Trace Day. El Paso across to Jakob Galnor. And then Harvey out to Mason Wright. And Mason rips it around. A bouncer off the wall. Day to the blue line, Harvey. Harvey all the way through. Medelski saved. Rebound. Dowinski right on top of it. Back to Harvinek. Over to Burleson. Trent looking all the way through. Big bounce off the back of the wall. Medelski holds and covers. Good series there from Oklahoma. Owinski, the face-off. See if he can get it to O.C. Asheville. Nope, it goes back. Porco. Clearance to Sable. Pushes it right back in. O.C. Asheville right on top of his man, trying to keep it in. Owinski does. Shot save Medelski. Comes out to Sable on the blue line. Sable sets a man going the wrong way. Sable left circle. Sable, he'll fire. Medelski in a turtle position comes up with another save. Winsky the draw. Right on top of his AJ, but he gave it up to a Rhino. 2-on-1, Monson. Monson, left circle, his shot blocked. And the Rhinos hold. Rhinos backhand. And the puck goes behind the net. Solano, centering pass. Dusky swipes at it, sends it away. And Oklahoma up the wall for the moment. Bergner down to a knee as Oklahoma trying to poke at it and get it out of the zone. They still cannot. Now they do. And AJ into the hands of Shore. AJ put Shore into the Warriors bench. Center ice face-off. Warriors have it with Christensen and Martin. All the way around to Medelski quickly. Rid of it, up the wall, Mikowski lost it. And Oklahoma trying to go to work here. They can't hang on to it for very long as El Paso clears the center. Christensen turns it around and then backhanded by El Paso, no icing. Davis behind his own net with 13:45 to go in the second period. Warriors down 3. They enter with DeRosa. Joey left side, shot save Medelski. And Oklahoma trying to put it on net. Davis does. That one goes wide. Back to Martin. Martin centering pass. Right there's Blue. Couldn't put it on net. Oklahoma trying to race to it. Blue's got it left circle, then poked away. And still in the skates. Blue's got it. Penalty coming up here on Oklahoma. And we've got a scrum all over. Davis holding a Rhino away, and the Warriors are going back on the kill. Dominic Kish in the box for Oklahoma. Media timeout. The Warriors back down a man. Two-minute minor on a check from behind on Dominic Kish. Oh, wow, and a 10-minute misconduct. So no Kish for almost the rest of this second period. Power play for the Rhinos. They are 1 for 1 tonight. Rhinos start out with it on the blue line. They go down low behind the net, center to Kaiser. Kaiser saves Dusky, rebound is gathered back by El Paso. Down low they go this time, and then back to the blue line. Skates up to the hash mark, still with it. Blue line, Costumo and Hunka. Hunka's got it. Costomo to the point. Shore looks down low. They had the cutting man. Wolcott couldn't connect. Back to Hunka. Skates in. Hunka lets it rip over the glove of Billy Stusky. And I think it got a piece of Stusky's helmet. So it will allow a change for Oklahoma with 1:21 to go. Face-off, Warriors have this one. Christensen, can he get rid of it? Yes, he can. Up to Galnor, and he'll backhand it down the ice. AJ on it quickly. Through Shore into the glass. Here comes El Paso's Hunka. Hunka trying to get around Davis. Galnor took it away, and a clearance into the shoulder pads of the linesman, Wolcott. Around for Hunka. Kaiser down low. Over to Hunka. Settles it down at the hash marks. Hunka almost tripped himself. Back to Hunka, right circle. 35 seconds to go. Kaiser left side. At the point, Shore. Back to Kaiser. Skates in. Goes over to Shore. He'll let it go all the way through. And Oklahoma blocked it in front. Kaiser's got it left side. Back to Shore, blue line. Shore across ice. Hunka right side. Hunka down the right circle. Wolcott. Shot save Billy Stusky. Rebound. Comes out behind the net. Davis trying to clear. Couldn't do it yet as Kaiser came in. Down goes Kaiser for a swan dive. No call from the officials. 10 seconds left. Here's Shore. Cross ice. Kaiser. Oh, man, they had it again. Kaiser bobbled it. Now his shot gloved by Billy Stusky. Warriors got lucky right there. Kaiser had the one-timer open. And they're 3 seconds away from killing off a Rhino power play. Warriors win the draw. They have successfully, hallelujah, killed off a Rhino power play. With 11 minutes to go here in this second period. 3-0 El Paso. Shot is saved by Billy Stusky. The Rhinos rotate it to the right side, and then a bad clearance from El Paso allows Oklahoma to bring it out. Oh no, and they gave it back, but they're offside, El Paso is. And so the faceoff will come outside of the zone with 10:57 to go. Warriors actually win this draw, but El Paso is able to jump on it first. Sable almost had it taken away. Sable will put it over to Denny O. Denny up ahead, tipped in by Duhan. Duhan chasing for it. Oh, and a penalty is coming up here on El Paso, I believe. Or is it on Oklahoma? No, it's on the Rhinos. Power play time for Oklahoma. In the box is Alexi Gregoire. Power play for Oklahoma, a chance to cut into the deficit, and they need it bad. Power play time. It is Galnor, Wright, Denny O, Mac Blue, and Trace Day. Remember, no Dominic Kish due to the unsportsmanlike he received just a moment ago. So on that second unit, they're going to have somebody else. Warriors trying to start with possession of the puck in the zone, and they can't. Galnor out to center, and El Paso's right on top of it. Denio settles it down. Oklahoma looking to set things up in the zone. They go to Galnor. Galnor cross ice to Day, and Day off the boards to himself, but a long run for him, and so it comes out of the zone. Just don't understand that. Day puts it around. Mac Blue chasing for Oklahoma. It comes all the way to the blue line. Denny O keeps it in. Denny to Trace Day. Back to Denny at the point. Denny holds, goes over to Galnor with room. Galnor, he'll fire into the shin pad of the Rhino, who's down. Warriors got to take advantage right now. This is Blue. Rhino's Hoda is down, kind of hurt. Here is Day. One-timer up high, and Hoda took it up high again, and the Rhinos will try and clear. They can't. Hoda has 2 deflections. Galnor over to Mac Blue. Blue in front to Day. Tried to put a backhand, couldn't. Blue now in front in the slot. Warriors trying to pick up the puck. Mac Blue, can he keep it in? Oh no, and they're going to call a penalty on Oklahoma. Oh my goodness. They're going to call Trace Day for a trip. Borek does. And he is letting Borek hear it right now. Unbelievable. 9:20 to go here in the second. Four on four for the next 45 seconds. Rhinos start with the puck. And it gets past the first level. Rhino centering pass right to Jackson Hone. Warriors have been good at 4-on-4 this season. Let's see if they can do something with it here in these 45 seconds before the Rhino power play. Burleson at center. Burleson ahead to Hone. And no icing. Hone took it away. And it ends up behind the net. Oklahoma not on top of it. Here comes El Paso. 14 seconds left of, oh, they're offsides. The Rhinos are. 14 seconds left of 4-on-4. Big bounce, it goes out into the zone for Oklahoma. It's a foot race for Trace Day. Winds up, he'll laser a shot, that one's saved. Day trying to take it back, and he can't. As Oklahoma trying to set up the penalty kill. Here comes Tommy Shore. All the way across. Now they onside. They are somehow. That's blockered away by Billy. Woolcott. Down low to the right side, bobbled by Kaiser, and then blue line swung over Shore. Shore back to Kaiser. Oh, that almost came out. Stays in, and the slot down low. They missed the net. Stusky might have poked it wide. Shore keeps it in. Amazing how El Paso is able to get everything set up every time on the power play. Shore all the way through, tipped, and it goes out wide. Kaiser left side with 30 seconds left on the power play. Cross ice. Hunka settles it down now. Hunka. Christensen. Good physical play there from Christensen, and Oklahoma will clear it out. Well done. 15 seconds to go on the power play for El Paso. They will try one more rush with it as they enter. And Oklahoma took it away. They've got Mason Wright coming out of the box. He didn't want to race for it. Oh, man. Into the zone, Oklahoma. They've got 5 men on now as they've killed off their Rhino power play. In the slot, it's loose. O.C. Ashford in his skates. Taken away. DeRosa fires. Save made by the goaltender, Medelski. Media timeout here at the 7:04 mark of the second. 3-0 Rhinos. Warriors have to find a way to beat Medelski somewhere. They've got to do it quick. It'll start off a face-off win, and it will be carried out by El Paso. Solano into the zone. Ross, a good hit. Harvanek trying to work it up and out. Couldn't do it just yet. Now they do with a Winsky. Rooney, 1-on-2. El Paso on the near side. Here they come, left wing up to Ross. Stopped it at center. Ross took a hit and sends it back. Back to Alexander Steven. DeRosa got a piece of it. And then it does come out of the zone for the moment. Osi in his skates didn't know where it was. Here comes the Rhinos. Bergner, left circle, looks. He'll fire, gloved by Billy Stusky. Really nice glove there. .6:16 to go in the second. Sable up the wall and into the skates of Keaton Martin. The Mac Blue left side. Blue left circle drops it. Oh, not a good pass. And the Rhinos the other way. Monson trying to go in the skates of DeRosa. Joey said no thanks. Slapped in by El Paso. Denny to Sable. And Bronson to Blue. And chipped in. Hoda trying to get around Martin. Martin poked it aside. Good play from Martin. Keaton. Bodied in the corner. Works it out to his right. Now spins back to his left. Martin out to Davis. Davis in the slot blocker away Medelski. Big rebound. Comes out. Still loose. There's a hold in the middle. No call. Martin left side. Martin a backhand. That's gloved by Medelski. Duhan and Turner barking at each other. Turner was holding Duhan to where he couldn't get to the puck. Zone draw for Oklahoma. Owinski got a piece of it, but didn't win it. Around, Davis shoves Wolcott into the boards. All the way down it goes to Stusky, who will lead for Christensen. And Christensen lost an edge and went down. El Paso in the front, and it's saved and then cleared out by Oklahoma, and Oklahoma goes the other way. Owinski with it, enters around to Hone. No, couldn't hang on to the puck. Hone still with it. At the half wall, Mason Wright walking the blue line over to Christensen, gaining room. Back to Mason Wright with room. Wright fires, save, rebound, comes out wide. Wright shoves it across to Christensen, big bounce. Here is Oklahoma's Duhan. He turned it over. Oh, just gave it back. Burleson, stretch pass for Mason Wright. Trace Day and Jakob Galnor are out back on the ice. Around Medelski, leaves for his defenseman. And El Paso up the wall and out past Ross. Cam spun around, won it free. Galnor sends it out to Trace Day. Trace, blue line. Will drop it for Burleson, and it comes out of the zone. Warriors just cannot hold the puck in the zone for longer than 5-10 seconds. Medelski gets rid of it, and they turn it over to Trace Day. Trace looking, lifts it up. DeRosa just out of his reach. DeRosa took it away. DeRosa centering pass. Oklahoma not in position. Good stick from Trace Day, swatted away from the Rhino captain. Day's pass deflected, and Porco comes the other way. Puck ends up bouncing behind the goal of Billy Stuskey. Sable a backhand out to center. Galnor to DeRosa. And Joey ends up free. He leaves for Trace Day. Trace, high slot, fires up high. And a big bounce as it goes out of play. 3:18 to go here in the second. Shots are coming for Oklahoma. They are either right into the padding of Medelsky or not on target. Owinski the draw. Can he win one here? Try and keep this puck in the zone. He will. O.C. Ashley, left circle. O.C. quick shot, blocked away Medelsky, and out of play it goes again. Needed again from AJ. As El Paso is going to get kicked out of the circle. Turner will replace Solano. One to Rooney, and Rooney skated past it. Sable, Denio. Back to Sable, who sent it to empty ice. Denio up for OC, and Oklahoma has iced the puck. Another face-off win from A.J. Owinski. Sable up the wall, Rooney, and it's a slowly moving puck. There should be no icing. Oh, wow, they are going to call it, and Oklahoma can't believe it. O'Brien right on top of it, and the Warriors bench is screaming at the officials right now. All right, the officials get back and discuss it, so Oklahoma is allowed to change. Center ice draw, Oklahoma's got it. Christensen sends it in. Medelsky off the glass. Mason Wright comes on, shoves Wolcott into the glass. And in the skates of a Rhino, Oklahoma sandwich there, and Keaton Martin just throws the Rhino down. Wow, what a play from Keaton. Saying, get out of my face. Up the wall, El Paso couldn't clear. Christensen chops it in. Mac Blue with a bouncing puck in his skates. Mason Wright trying to work at it too. Wright physical, and El Paso ends up coming away with it. Puck bounces at center, and it's a 2-on-1. Costomo with Wolcott to the left. Costomo holding. Oh, and a good play from Oklahoma. They took it away. Well done. To the blue line. Rhino swing it over to Gregoire. Gregoire not close. Under 2 to go here in the third. Centering pass in front. Ooh, missed the net. Keaton Martin into the wall, and Nolan Davis for Mason Wright. Mason building speed. Will send it long range to Medelsky. A big rebound comes out to Mikowski against Harvanek, and Harvey gets the better of him. To center, sent in by El Paso. Big bounce, Harvanek's got it. Harvanek up for Hone. His pass deflected, then comes out of the zone to DeRosa. Back to Steven of El Paso. Steven stretch pass, knocked down by Harvanek. And Murray will turn and enter. Murray holding, blocker away Stuskey. Rebound, saves Stuskey, loose in the slot. It's still loose, and Stuskey's got it under his glove. And Murray taking Harvanek down. And yelling at him a little bit on his way off as well. .69 seconds remain here in the second period. The puck pops out. Oh, Dominic Kish didn't see it. Would have been close as Mikowski clears it up the wall. Kish has it. Finally out of the box is Dominic and lifted down the ice over the glove of Denny O. Denny across to Sable. And Sable up for Kish. No, kept in the zone by El Paso. Kaiser right side. Found his man in the slot. They hold and missed the net. Oh my gosh, did Billy Stowski get a piece of that? Good grief. That was a surefire goal, but Oklahoma keeps it out for the moment. Galnor on the attack the other way. Galnor holds, drops it off Day. Trace around his man. In front, Day. Save made, Medelski. Final 20 seconds of the second period. Trace with it. They have 10 seconds. They have time for one more rush. Galnor got to go quick. Galnor over to Dominic Kish. Dominic with 5 seconds. In front, blockered away Medelski. It wasn't close. Kish got it back. He fires that one, blockered it again. And that'll do it. Medelski eating up Oklahoma right now. It's 3-0 Rhinos. Better offense there from Oklahoma. Better defense from Oklahoma as well, but lots of work still to go for Oklahoma. They have 20 minutes to save their season. We'll be back. You're watching Oklahoma Warrior Hockey, back for the third period in about 20 minutes. Do or die, now or never. It is time for the third period for Oklahoma to try and mount a massive comeback and punch their ticket to the South Division semifinals. They are down 3, so lots of work to do, but the chances I think that they manufactured in this second, if they can double or triple those here in this final period, I think they might find some success. Medelski started to kind of get a little bit shakier as that period went on, so maybe the Warriors can squeak a couple by him and try and get back in this. 20 minutes to save the season. Here we go. Warriors will start out with the puck and send it in. Simon Neely's the first one with it, lifts it up and out to center. Burleson to Duhon, and Duhon skates back. Duhon drops it back off for Harvinek. And Harvey at center lifts it into the corner. After it is Hone. Hone, Kish took it away. Duhon's got it. Duhon. Hashmark's dealing with a stick behind him, leaves it for Davis, and Davis has it poked away. And El Paso will pop it up out to Duhon. Duhon patient with it to Kish, and then back to Harvinek. 40 seconds gone here in the third. Davis looking, goes cross ice, Trace Day. It's a guy Oklahoma needs to get going. Day taken down at center ice, no call. Davis a good hit. Davis frees it up, sends it across. Nobody there for Oklahoma. They try and pick it up and do it with Christensen. Christensen down low to Mason Wright. Mason skates back to the blue line, swings it over Davis. Davis all the way through, has a cutting man. They score! Trace Day! Oklahoma has one! 1 minute and 8 seconds into the third period. Excellent start for the visitors. Just what the doctor ordered, Trace Day. All right. Trace Day, Nolan Davis credited with the primary assist. It was a terrific pass. And they finally beat Medelski for the first time, 3-1. What a terrific pass. All right, the Warriors feeling it a little bit. Denny O into the zone quickly. And Oklahoma, they've got the puck again in the zone. Day to the blue line. Sable trying to dance around one man, sends it in. Day a little bit out of position there. Sable able to keep it in. Finds Trace. Day looking, down low Galnor. Galnor had a couple man cutting, goes out to Denny O. Denny looking, chips it down low again. Behind the net, Galnor. Galnor comes out in front, shot, that one blocked. And Galnor's got it back. Galnor looking on the hash marks, cuts inside. Galnor still with it, finds Date in the slot. He'll fire, that one blocked, and it comes out to Denny O. Denny looking, goes down low with it again. And Oklahoma has to race to the puck. Sable, wait, that's a high stick. No call. And out of the zone it goes. Here comes El Paso Solano. And they are offsides, the RHINOS are. A little unfortunate Sable didn't sell that a little bit better. (3-1) live for Oklahoma. RHINOS with Shore. Rips it in to Rooney. And then Rooney had it come out of the zone. Costomo picks it up. RHINOS are offside. They're still offside. Now they touch up. Burleson. Trent works it up to Owinski. And off goes Rooney. Owinski was going the wrong way. Has to hurry back up to it. Owinski almost able to keep it in. Ross has it at center, over to Davis. Nolan Davis pops it up, a bouncer to the right of Medelski. And then Steven bobbled it. Rooney took it away behind the net. On comes DeRosa. Joey's got it. Joey to Rooney. Oh no, just out of his reach. Davis picks it up to Rooney. Rooney back to Davis. Skates to his left. Davis chips it in front. DeRosa's there. DeRosa centering pass. Nobody home. To Martin now. Martin in the corner. Being held up. DeRosa trying to come up and take it away. Warrior bench is feeling the momentum here. As the puck held along the glass. Now squeaks out left side. Rhino goes diving. Shocker. And it will stay in the zone for the moment. Now comes out. Kept in by Davis. And El Paso Steven all the way down the ice. This will be icing. A poor pass there from Alexander Steven and a no-zone draw for Oklahoma. Dominic Kish, draw. Won by Turner. Over to Hone. Hone, centering pass. Duhan didn't get there, and Medelski will cover it up. Kiss, Duhan, Hone, Owen, Sable. Kish the draw. He will win it. Rhinos pick it up first, however. Out of the zone, Denny quickly back in. And it ends up on a Rhino stick, so here they come. Around for Sable. Up the wall, Duhan, and he'll let it go out. Shore. Right back in. Sable's got it. Sable to Duhan. Duhan up and, oh no, they turn it over. Laviolette. Pushes it behind to Kaiser. Sable shoves him away from the puck. And Hone up the boards. Oklahoma going to play defensively here. And we'll bring it up the ice here with Kish. Dominic enters. They have Duhan cutting. They didn't go that way. Now they do. Save made. Medelski in the point blank. Oh, man, that was a great opportunity for Oklahoma. They just couldn't get a net front presence. Kaiser out of play. And it will be just outside the blue line, maybe a center ice faceoff. Oh man, if you're gonna put shots on net, get a body in front of it for the rebound. It's where Oklahoma had a success 2 days ago on Friday. Ozone draw. Sent in by the Rhinos, or excuse me, it was a center ice draw. A bouncer over the stick of Burleson. Trent works it out, and Oklahoma gave it back to El Paso. Burleson, Harvanek, up ahead, Trace Day, it's a 3-on-2 Oklahoma. Day, high slot, Day still with it. He'll fire that one blocked, up high, rebound, Mason Wright has it, circles on the red line. To the blue line, Davis, and he couldn't control it with the backhand. And had to deal with the linesman there. So he couldn't quite get his stick back on it. El Paso able to send it in and change. Mason Wright 1-on-2, had it taken away by Bergner. Davis shoves him into the glass. Galnor. Working upwards. Here he comes, Jakob. All the way through, lost it, then got it back. Galnor feeding Christensen, loose in the slot, still loose. Day winds up that clapper, goes wide. Over to Day. Day centers one, 2 Rhinos right there. Day able to keep it in. Galnor on the red line. Centers one again. That one got through. Christensen right circle. Leaves for Trace Day. Day all the way through. Tip. Missed the net. Rebound in front. No diving. It stays out. Galnor left circle. Oklahoma threatening. Has Day cutting back door. That one didn't connect either. And El Paso the other way with some tired skaters. They are onside. Taken away by Galnor. Kaiser into the zone. Kaiser centering pass. Left circle. That shot. Save made by Stusky. And it goes behind the net. Galnor wants a change, as does the rest of his line mates. Denio with the puck for Oklahoma. Warriors have the Rhinos on their heels. Here's Denny. Looks, has a cutting man, Dominic Kish, just out of his reach. Dominic gets it back. Over to Hone. Hone to Sable. Sable swings it over to Denny O. Denny all the way through, trying to get a tip in front. Kish had it tangled up. Kish to the blue line, Denny O. Denny over to Sable, one-timer, that one out of play off the stick of Medelski. Media timeout, Oklahoma threatening. Trace Day with the last goal of the period so far. They're back within 2. We'll take a break. Back in a couple. Back to it. Warriors trying to keep the momentum up. Alexander Steven in his own zone to Gregoire. Lasers one to Stusky, who will drop it for Denny O. Denny works it up the right side, all the way through. Nice play from Denny O, and then gave it right back. Kicked by Hone into the zone. Kish works it back to Sable. Sable up ahead, Hone. Oh man, they almost got it to him. Steven, a good play. Stusky stops it behind his net. Sable picks it up with 12:45 to go here in the third. Denny looking across, works it out to Kish, and then stolen away. Sable this time up to Hone at center ice. Jackson looking, had it, and it stays in the zone for the moment. Now comes out. Ripped around by Mason Wright. Trace Day came in, took it away left side. Day, sharp angle, now rotates behind the net. Day looking, near angle shot, Medelski saved it, it popped out. And lifted up, not fully down the ice. Day holds inside the zone. Trace Day right circle. Day, near angle shot again, that one around the boards it goes. Trent Burleson keeps it in blue line, all the way through, the blocked by his own man, Mason Wright. Right on top of Simon Neely. In the corner. And it pops out, taken away. Galnor swiped it away. Galnor, right side, still with it. Now puts on the brakes. Galnor, where does he go with it? Has the blue line open, goes up to Day at the high slot. Day around his man. Day still with it to the blue line. This is Ross. Ross passed it to a Rhino and out of the zone. Back to Burleson. Warriors want to go quick. Trent up through center. Now cuts to the left side. Trent Burleson still with it. Trent comes out in front. No, that one poked aside. Oklahoma didn't get enough pressure. And it comes out to Davis. 11.5 to go. Davis stretch pass on net. It's an all-out blitz here in the third period from Oklahoma. Oh, a good hit at center from the Warriors. Right on Laviolette. Davis looking with it. Along for Keaton Martin, and Davis will pick it back up. Davis around Steven, got taken down. Warriors wanted a call, none such coming. And out of the zone it goes. Oklahoma's got to get back. It's a 2-on-1. Now a 3-on-1. El Paso looking. They go to their man. Cross ice. They score. 4-1. Thought it should have been a penalty on the other side, but no call, and it leads to a Rhino goal. Oh, a dagger with Oklahoma playing so well here in this third period. A 4-1 lead for the RHINOS. The work to do all the much harder now for Oklahoma. They've got time to do it. 10:39. RHINOS just reach past Sable, take it away. They've got a blue line. That one blocked. Got it back. That shot gloved by Stuskey. Face off. Dominic Kish with it. 10 minutes now for Oklahoma to try and come back. Up ahead, Hone to Duhan. Couldn't connect on it. All the way to Stuskey. Burleson. And then Alexander Duhan here. He comes with speed. Duhan across. They're onside. Duhan over to Burleson. Left side. Cutting man. No, it's loose in the slot. Backhand save. Medelski. Rebound. It stays out. Medelski diving on it. Good pressure there from Oklahoma. See how close it got. Nope. Face off to the blue line. Warriors keep it in with Mason Wright. Mason. Tangled up. Trace Day's got it to the blue line. Davis. Davis looking all the way through. Oh, man, it got past Medelski. Christensen to Galnor. Left circle. Galnor. Back to Christensen at the point. Christensen. Back to Galnor. High slot. Galnor fires. That one blocked. Up high off the glass. Rebound. Davis trying to control it. Took a hit. And Mason Wright's got it. To the blue line. Christensen. Over to Trace Day now. Trace looking. Holding. Firing. Whiffed on it. And around it goes. Steven. The goal for El Paso just a minute ago. 9 minutes. As it comes in on Stuskey, and it's right in his chest. He'll cover up for a whistle.
The Paso Hockey Association offers city parties, youth, high school, the hockey programs, the state classes, and much, much more. For more information on all the HA programs, give a call at 915-479-FUN. That's 479-PUCK. Or visit elpasohockey.org.
Sable, a big clearance there for Oklahoma. Under 9 to play. RHINOS give it up back to Sable. Denio looking up ahead, tipped in by Duhan, and he will chase after it. With Kish past Duhan. And Denny a bouncing puck. Kish trying to center it. Bergner fell down and found a teammate. Denio to Kish, and it comes out loose. Dangerous area, finally lifted out by Oklahoma. 8 minutes to go. Can the Warriors get back to their forecheck where they were at? Oklahoma can't clear. Loose puck. Finally, Mason Wright's got it to Hone, and then Trace Day 1-on-2. Mason Wright hurrying. Day through the legs of a RHINO, right circle. Day will shove it around to Mason Wright. Mason being held along the glass. Under 8 to go. Mason to Galnor. Galnor across to Burleson on the blue line. Burleson leaves for Trace Day. Day through his legs, right side. Trace, centering pass, held down is Jakob Galnor, no call. He's just being held right in the slot. And Hunka right side got loose. Hunka couldn't center one. Now they have a cutting man. Ross took it away. In Oklahoma, they've got a lot of numbers here. Trace Day. Trace had it swiped aside. Up it goes to Kaiser. And Kaiser to Giblin. Giblin dancing around. Christensen all over him. And Davis works it out to Galnor again. 7 minutes to go. DeRosa fights off a block. DeRosa left side. DeRosa shot up high, missed it. Davis keeps it in. Davis cross ice. Christensen one-timer, didn't get a lot on it. Behind the net, Martin. Martin, the other side. Slot pass, nobody home. And El Paso's Wolcott thought he had a lane. Not much of one. Martin into the zone. RHINOS with it. How long until Billy Stusky leaves his net? Warriors down 3. Blue. Out and then into the zone by Oklahoma. Back to Sable. And then Denio. Warriors struggling to enter with full possession. Makowski. Off the boards. Rooney tried to chop it up. And Rooney into a sea of black sweaters. There's a shot that's gloved. Stusky loose. Denio's got it. Denny to Dominic Kish. Dominic enters through his legs, backhand blocked. Got it back centered for Rooney in the right circle. Rooney to Harvanek. Harvanek pulls the trigger all the way through, loose. Rebound, blocked again. They try the opposite side with Rooney. Rooney works it to the blue line. Harvanek. Harvanek out wide. Stusky creeping. Burleson shot. And it goes out. Oh my goodness. Medelsky was 5 feet out of his crease, and Oklahoma had the back door wide open. They couldn't connect to it. Media timeout. 5.5 to find 3 goals for Oklahoma. The finale next here in game 3. Stusky creeping. Warriors about to have an empty net, and another face-off that Oklahoma wins cleanly, but comes out of the zone. Medelsky around and down, so good thing Stusky didn't leave his net yet. Jackson Hone. Holds. And they gave it up. Burleson right in front. RHINOS can't score. Stusky kept it out. Unbelievable. Wow, what a stop from Billy Stusky. Billy out of his crease. Loose puck with an empty net for El Paso. And Sable keeps it out. Oh, that giveaway. Good grief. Over to Denio. Here's their season on the line for Oklahoma. Denny in with an empty net, 4:40 to go. Jackson Hone trying to get there first. It comes out today. No, popped out. Warriors will touch up. Trace around Solano. Trace has it taken away, and the RHINOS with room. They send it down, but blocked. Galnor picks it up. Galnor dances around his man in the slot. That one taken away as well. And then in the skates of Oklahoma. Now the Rhinos shoot. That one blocked by Mason Wright. And Oklahoma rips it around. They got to go quick. Medelski leaves Kaiser out of the zone to Burleson. 4 minutes to go. Christensen enters. And Warriors keep it in with Day. Day all the way through. Medelski, a stick in the way. Warriors keep it in the zone. 3:45 to go. Puck worked out. Christensen fighting for it. Up the wall. Burleson grabs it on the blue line. Burleson and has it poked out. Trent to Trace Day. And potentially his final game of his junior career. Trace into the zone again. Medelski flying out. Medelski got rid of it and cleared. No, not. Galnor keeps it in. Galnor to the blue line. Denny O. Denny looking. Goes out wide to Christensen. 3:15 to go. Day looks. Fires. Blocked away. Medelski. Rebound out of the reach of Denny O. Galnor picks it up. Galnor at the point. Galnor over to Day. One-timer fanned on it. It flubs behind the net. Both teams trying to find it. And it's cleared up the ice by El Paso. Galnor picks it up quickly. Got to go fast. 3 minutes to go for Oklahoma. Galnor up to O.C. Asheville, who sends this one in, and Medelski will shove it aside. Warriors in, 3 men after it. Uh-oh, the Rhinos have it with room. It's blocked by Jackson Hone. Keeps the season alive for the moment. And Hone trying to work it out over to Kish. 2:30 to go. Kish turned it over. Rhinos, an empty net. Looking, can they put it on? No, it's blocked again. Warriors just can't even get things set up in the zone. Denny O up ahead to Kish, and then Hone. Jackson quickly across, leaves it for Duhan in the slot. Duhan left circle. No time to set things up. Duhan in front, tip save Medelski. Behind it goes. AJ's got it. AJ Owinski to the blue line, just inside actually. That shot blocked. Grabbed back by Kish. Kish chips it across. Owinski couldn't put it on net. Rhinos looking. Denny O took it away. 1:45 to go. Davis over to Trace Day. And Trace will head up ice. Here comes Day. Trace, right circle, peels back on the blue line. Over to Davis. Davis looking, lost his handle on the puck, and down it goes. It is not on target. It'll be icing on El Paso. .119 remaining. Timeout, Mike Rivera of the Rhinos. We'll be back. You're watching Oklahoma Warrior Hockey on NATV. .119 to go here from El Paso. Face off, the Rhinos win. Try to clear, they do, and this is on target. Oh, it just missed, it was close, and it is icing on El Paso. Ooh. Got a big bounce off the glass there. Warriors have to win a face-off draw. Otherwise, the hopes are dashed. Kish the face-off. And again, it comes back for El Paso. Sable chops it up behind the net. Mason right. Mason to Day. Day cross ice. Galnor, they had it but couldn't connect. Galnor makes his man miss. Hash marks. Got to go quick. Minute to go. Kish over to Day. Day, blue line. Denio back to Day. Trace. Got to shoot the puck here. Kish skating in. Kish sharp angle up high. Save Medelski. Rebound put on net. That one hops over the net. Kish digging for it. He ends up tumbling down. Galnor to right. Backdoor. Denio missed the net. Stays out. Not sure if it was blocked before it got through. And Sable can't keep it in. Hunka looking. Hunka's shot's blocked, and it'll go out wide. Final 30 seconds of the season here. It's going to come up short in El Paso. Unfortunately, it's Dominic Kish. 20 seconds to go. Kish backhand. Save Medelski. Rebound. Comes out to the blue line. Trace Day. Nolan Davis in front. That one blocked. Final 10 seconds of the season. As El Paso sends it down the ice, it'll stop moving. It is going to be a series win for the El Paso RHINOS. They defeat Oklahoma 4-1 and advance to the South Division semifinals. They will take on the New Mexico Ice Wolves. The Shreveport Mudbugs will handle the Lone Star Brahmas in round 2. Final score tonight, RHINOS 4, Oklahoma 1. Trace Day the go-ahead, or not the go-ahead, but the lone goal here today for the Warriors. 2 goals from Troy Hunka. Camden Kaiser, the third on the power play for El Paso. A season of which Oklahoma, a lot of positives. They made the playoffs after missing out last year. Responded with a terrific amount of road wins in which they struggled with last year. And in a season where there was a lot of turmoil with players quitting on the team midway through the season, Oklahoma having to rebuild quite a bit at the beginning of the year. This is an Oklahoma team with 5 05s. Just 5 age-outs. A.J. Owinski, Bronson Sable, Trent Burleson, Trace Day, and Billy Stusky. 5 out of a roster of 25, folks. So what does that mean? There are 20 potential Null veterans that could be on this Warrior team next year. Mason Wright will return. He's an 06. Jakob Galnor's an 06. Duhan's an 06. Kish an 06. Jackson Hone is an 07. O.C. Ashley's an 06. Rooney an 06. Martin an 08. DeRosa an 06. Blue an 07. Denny O is an 07. Jakob Harvinex an 06. Nolan Davis an 07. Matthias Christensen an 06. So this is a young Oklahoma team that, with a lot of 06s, could certainly do a tremendous amount of damage next season and into the future as well. Coach Berge and Coach Leibold, along with the staff for Oklahoma, have recruited very, very well. And the future is bright for Oklahoma. We said it last year. At the end of the season, the future was bright, and indeed it was. Made the playoffs, took a run at the 3 seed in the South Division, put them on the brink. Unfortunately, it didn't go their way, but this just continues to go up and up for this Warriors organization over the next couple of years. So lots to be excited about for Oklahoma. Unfortunately, for the Warriors, they're 505s. Again, A.J. Owinski, Trent Burleson, Bronson Sable, Trace Day, and Billy Stusky. Their season and junior careers come to an unfortunate end here in El Paso, but a season and career well done. Trace Day finishes his North American Hockey League career with 148 games played, 44 goals, 46 assists, for 90 points in his junior career. A.J. Owinski, his first season in the North American Hockey League, 59 games played, 5 goals, 9 assists, and 14 points. Well done to A.J. On the defensive side of things, Bronson Sable, 41 games played, 5 goals, 17 assists, and 22 points to his name. Trent Burleson, who has played 111 games, all with Oklahoma in the North American Hockey League. 11 goals, 32 assists, 43 points in his career. And last but not least, Billy Stuskey. In game number 101 of his North American Hockey League career, the longest tenured Warrior, 3rd season with Oklahoma. Started 2 years ago. Played the majority of last season, 40 games last season for Oklahoma, 52 games this season for Oklahoma. Played 6 that first season with the Warriors a couple seasons ago. Billy finishes with 5 shutouts in his career, 21 wins in his total, and a goal allowed average of just under a 3.00. Hats off to Billy Stuskey, the captain of Oklahoma. Trace Day, the alternate, A.J. Owinski, Bronson Sable, and Trent Burleson. The season, unfortunately, comes to an end here in El Paso. It has been a pleasure being the voice of the Warriors this season. I hope you've enjoyed listening. Hopefully it hasn't been too annoying or anything of that aspect this year. I appreciate you all dealing with me, bearing with me, and hanging out with me each and every weekend for the last few months, ever since September. It has been a wild ride, a wild year. Cannot believe it's already over. But it was a fun ride, and one that I am blessed and humbled to be a part of. Thank you to all of you that have supported the team, the Booster Club, the Billets. Couldn't do any of this without you, so we salute you, we thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping us put this on. As for me, I hope to be back next year. That's the plan. And what should be a fun year, of which this young Oklahoma team should be a big factor in the coming years. So I'm excited for that. Excited for the future of Coach Berge and Coach Leibel, their tandem duo working hard. Coach and Director of Player Personnel Chris Sorella back in New Hampshire, who has done a ton for our age-outs, getting them into colleges. Done a lot for our other players as well, getting them involved with colleges already too. Shout out to Chris, to Mike Adamick, another one of our scouts, and the several others that are around the U.S. Thank you to all of them, and certainly should be recognized for their hard efforts for this team this season. Also want to recognize a couple others in our staffing. Obviously our owner and general manager, George Chalos, as well as our director of operations, Shanna Stout. Rocky Copeland also helping out during the season. Garrett Bridges, our billet coordinator. Tim Verstrate, our tech director. Thank you to all of those people as well for all of your support. Thank you very much. As a Rhino fan is telling me to have a safe trip, appreciate that. Thank you to all of those that have made this season very important. Jen Berge as well, our PA announcer back home, or not our PA, our in-house, lost my train of thought. Our in-house, not DJ, but I guess our in-house personality. There's a good way of putting it. Jen Berge. Our PA announcer, Carlton Van Buskirk. Brian White, who runs our scoring back home as well. And then, of course, the Blazers Ice Center staff. Cindy, Anthony, Tyler, of course, Larry Donovan. All of them back at home at the Blazers Ice Center. Thank you for another wonderful, wonderful season. For the final time in 25-26, the Warriors' playoff run comes to an end here in El Paso, a 4-1 defeat at the hands of the RHINOS. A season well done in which the Warriors amassed 27 wins and took the 3-seed RHINOS to the brink here in the South Division play. And the Warriors will be back next year with a loaded roster. It should be a lot of fun. Again, thank you to all of the staff, all of the billets, all of the Booster Club, everyone that has watched these games since the beginning of this season. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you so much. The Warriors will be back, and I look forward to it, and I know you all do as well. So long for the final time this season. So long, farewell, and good night, everyone. I'm David Ash.